Hi, my name's Emma Walker. I'm a director at Catalysis. So we've reached the end of Social Media Week London, and what a week it's been. For those of you that don't know, it's a series of events that are held all across the world where like-minded people get together to learn about and share best practice on social media. So the folks at Catalysis attended lots of the events that went on last week, and we thought we'd catch up with everyone to find out what the most interesting things were that they learned.
So the two key things that I picked up from social media last week are, firstly, that video is hugely important. The second biggest search engine in the world now is YouTube, which shows that there's an immense appetite for consuming information in that format. And secondly, Google Plus is going to be really massive in the coming years. Google is increasingly using social signals such as likes and shares to rank its search results. And obviously Google Plus is its opportunity to own all of that data. So agencies and customers and anybody creating content needs to have a really strong presence there.
Social media in the Olympics is going to be massive this year. To give you an indication, in Athens 2004 there were no users of social networks like Facebook and Twitter, and by Beijing 2008 there were 100 million, and by London 2012 they expect that number to be over 2 billion.
There's a real focus amongst brands on measuring the return on investment their social media programs can bring. Their web teams now have all the tools that they need to track exactly where a sales leads come from. So whether that's from Twitter, Facebook or a simple Google search. This is great for digital teams as it allows them to prove exactly, it allows them to quantify the value that they're bringing to the marketing mix.
So apparently sentiment tracking is only up to 60% accurate. There are a lot of tools out there that claim to be able to measure sentiment, although computers or algorithms still aren't advanced enough to detect humour or even sarcasm. Even humans disagree on sentiment some of the time.
The British Olympics Association believes the best way to find the next generation of British sports people is by engaging with them at this year's Olympics via social media.
Twitter is totally transforming journalism, and it's really interesting if you compare news sources in terms of the news on Twitter. One of the speakers said that while 56% of news comes from traditional sources, i.e. journalists, actually 47% comes from just people tweeting, and actually where the news comes from is completely irrelevant on Twitter.